Hi everyone. Today we're going to teach you how to make a custom brush. So what I've done is I wanted to create raindrops in the background, and I just decided to go find just a vector stock image to use. Now I'm going to change this so it's not really copyright. I'm going to change this and make it look a little different. If you click and just drag it to Acorn, it should open up directly into Acorn, and then you can go ahead and maximize your screen using the green button. Now I want to clean this up. This is what I want my brush to be so that I can put a bunch of raindrops down on a page at one time. Now I want to get rid of this white background, so I'm going to come over here to my magic wand tool, which is this little guy right here, and click it, and just click my white area. It selects it, and I'm going to delete it. And I'm just going to go around and delete these areas. I'm also going to delete this little black area that says vector stock. I'm just going to click it and delete that. And you notice I have a few little areas left over. If you hit Command D, it will deselect. Command D will deselect your area and come up to one of these little marquee tools up here. I like to call them the little ant tools. Look like little ants marching around. And you're just going to select the rest of that that's left over and delete it. And then hit Command D. Now the other thing I want to do to this image is I want to paint over this little reflection. So I'm going to grab this eyedropper tool down here by my color wheel. And I'm going to click on my blue, which changes this to that color. Grab a paintbrush and raise my, let's go here. I'm going to raise my size a little bit. And I'm just going to paint over it. Now I want to save this image, so I'm just going to go to File, Save As. Change this to JPEG. I like to save things on my desktop. And I'm going to name it Raindrop. Now I already have one made, so it's going to ask me to replace it. I'm going to replace it. And there we go. So this is the raindrop that I want to make into a custom brush. So the way that I'm going to do this, the first thing I'm going to do, once I have it saved, is I'm going to go up here, over to my paint, make sure my paint is selected. So if I have something else selected, I go to my paintbrush. And here I have this little settings, this little wheel. Click it, and you're going to come up with what's called a brush designer. Gives you this window right here. So this was a brush I was kind of messing with, but I want to use an image. I want to make my own brush. So I'm going to click on Use Image, and here on my desktop I have Raindrop that I just saved. I'm going to click it and open it. And what this does is as I draw it, you can see that I have individual little raindrops. Now I can change these. I can space these out, which I want to do. I can come here and I can squish them, which for this case I don't want to do. It makes it not look like a raindrop anymore. I can rotate them. I want to keep them upright. I want my flow completely up, and I can jitter them, which I do want to do. If I jitter them, it means I get a kind of a sporadic separation, which I like. Now the other thing you'll notice is if I do this, see how my raindrops are facing all different directions? That's because I have my rotate brush selected. I want to unselect that for this. There we go. That way they're all straight up and down. I kind of like what I have here, so I want to save it. I'm going to hit Command S on my keypad. It brings up a little box, and I want to put it in my shape category over here. So I have to highlight this, and if I type in shape, shapes will come up. That's where I want to save this, and I want to name it Raindrops. Now again, you can do this with any image. It does not have to be rain. It can be any image you like. Click Save. I'm going to exit out of my brush designer here, and now I'm back to Acorn. And I'm just going to paint raindrops on top of this raindrop. So I have, if I go down to my shapes, I have my raindrop selected right here. I've already made one earlier, but here's another one. I'm going to select it. I'm going to select maybe a baby blue color or a teal. Let's do baby blue. And as I click and drag, you'll see that I just created that brush. So now I'm dragging over and creating some raindrops on top of my image. Let's do some white ones. And some dark blue. I can also raise my size of my brush. Now if I just hit it once, it puts one raindrop. If I hit it multiple times, multiple raindrops. What's nice about this is I can go back if I don't like all the ones that I've placed. It's not a big deal. I can go back and I can erase whatever I don't like and keep what I do like. So this is very user-friendly if you need to lay down a lot of one texture at one time. And you can change the colors to anything you want. You'll see you can get kind of a nice effect this way. But you've created your own custom brush. Now you can do that with any shape, any picture even. So I want you to experiment with that. Think about what you could do, how you could use it, and it saves you from having to make these shapes on your own. Thanks for watching.